Hi there, and welcome back to another episode on Westman Regional Soccer Association's YouTube page. Today we have Trinity joining us from Minnedosa, Erickson, I guess. You'll fill us in a little more on that. So welcome, Trinity. Trinity is going to be one of the WRSA Summer Students this year, and we're looking forward to having her help us. So Trinity, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am from Erickson, but I finished my high school in Minnedosa. I started playing soccer when I was about 10 years old, a little late compared to lots of people that have been on the videos, but that's all right. In about the 7th grade, I started as a goalkeeper. I had a great coach named Brian Skelton who decided I wasn't scared to get hit in the face with a ball, so he decided that would be the perfect position for me. By about the 9th grade or so, we'd started doing some indoor practices throughout the winter, and which led to there being an indoor traveling team out of Minnedosa called the Minnedosa Mustangs. So I played with them for the 4 years while continuing to do spring soccer as well as high school soccer in Minnedosa. There was a co-op agreement in Erickson, so I was able to still go to high school in Erickson and play in Minnedosa. But by the time I came to my 11th grade, the co-op agreement was finalized, and I was already having some troubles getting courses in Erickson, so I decided to transfer schools. So I finished my grade 11 and 12 years at MCI. And I was lucky enough to play for the Chancellors all 4 years, and all 4 years we medaled in provincials. So that was kind of awesome. And yeah, I've just taken my gap year, and I look forward to going to BU in the fall.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you for sharing. You kind of gave us a little bit of a background on the soccer history there and what got you involved and where you played. We'll move on a little bit from that, but what made you interested in working for the Westman Regional Soccer Association? What kind of caught your attention with that?
Well, with being a player for MCI's soccer team, Megan Ferguson had been my coach for all 4 years playing there. And she had actually recommended the position to me the last school year, but I had been planning to take a gap year, so I could not actually do the position. And once it came around again and she found out I was going back to school, she jumped right on getting me to apply because she knew I really liked working with youth as well as soccer. So I was lucky enough to have her recommend the position to me, and it just kind of stuck.
Awesome. And what are you kind of you mentioned obviously soccer and the youth you really enjoy. What else are you most looking forward to in your role?
I'm excited to get some more coaching experience. I've coached with like junior curling and stuff within Erickson, but I've never actually had the opportunity to coach soccer. So for it being one of my passions, I'm pretty happy to actually get to do that and continue my soccer career.
Awesome. So you're looking forward to the coaching courses you're doing this week?
Yeah, they'll fill up my days tomorrow.
Awesome. So now we'll actually hand it over to you, Trinity, and kind of let everyone know that now that you're started, you're going to be taking over all these interviews and adding a bit more personality than Glenn and I could. So we're really excited for you to do that. So I'll turn it over to you now, and I'll stop talking unless you direct me to.
Yeah, I mean, not too often you get to interview your boss, so I get to do that, which is awesome. For those who missed your interview with Glenn, what could you give a brief explanation of how you got involved with Westman? And
yeah, obviously played soccer for a lot of my life, had a little bit later start, such as yourself. I was probably 8 or 9 or so, so a bit later than most that we've seen, and then just played a lot. Started coaching fairly young when I was in the provincial program. A coach that was coming out to run stuff here was getting me to help him, and I started to really enjoy it then. And we didn't have a lot of coach education stuff at the time then, so after coaching for a few years, I started to run some coach seminars, so to speak, just kind of trying to offer some support to the coaches. And I really enjoyed that as well. And I really saw that as a way to impact more players than I could just on my own on the field. So really enjoyed that. And then when the Westman Regional Association was formed a couple of years ago and the technical director job opened up, I started to inquire about that as it was something I felt I was doing some parts of it already and wanted to impact it on a bigger scale. I just hadn't had time, obviously, at the time when I was just doing it as volunteer. So just really enjoying what I had been doing, and kind of took that opportunity when it came up to try to impact it on a bigger level.
Oh, awesome. No, that's really great. And what would you say your largest lesson you learned was as a player or a coach?
Oh, man. I think just having some of the mentors I did, it helped open my eyes to a lot. And, one being introduced to those things at a younger age, the coaching aspect and the coaching courses, and it just really helped me see the game in a different way and really helped me as a player. But also helped in terms of dealing with the athletes and creating an environment for them that they can kind of benefit from, and offering, similar situations or similar environments or similar learnings to them. Like summer student positions or different things like that, where coach education stuff where people can really get involved and starting to kind of change the culture of this isn't a soccer place or whatever the case is there. I played a lot of hockey when I was younger too, and started playing soccer because I wasn't allowed to play summer hockey. So it's just kind of funny how it all works out now. And, after a few years, I took a year off of hockey to play soccer all year. So it's just kind of funny how it works out. But, just getting with that, just continuing to provide opportunities so kids can choose what they want to do.
Yeah, I completely agree there. Are there any specific events coming up in the final part of 2020 that you're particularly looking forward to that Westman Regional Soccer Association is actually doing?
Yeah, I think as soon as we're cleared to play again here, we'll get the programming out, and hopefully with that there's some different festival ideas, and hoping to add some stuff during the summer, during the days in different communities where kids can get out again and be active and just be outside. I'm sure the downtime has been great for everyone in most senses, and take it for what it's worth, and spending time with family. And I'm pretty sure most will be happy to send their kids to the field for a morning. So we're just looking forward to being on the field and seeing all the kids again, and we really hope it's coming soon. So we'll have to stay tuned for that, and then just continuing to offer programming throughout the year when we're able to.
Yeah. I only have one last question for you here, and it's what would you tell parents if they're considering having their kid join the summer programming, or what should they expect?
Yeah, so with the Manitoba government coming out and saying youth sports can resume, it wasn't quite that simple. Sports are cleared to happen as long as they have a return to play stages that meet the health authority requirements and the PSO and NSO requirements. So we've been working with Manitoba Soccer and the other clubs and associations in Manitoba to create a return to play stages that includes how we'll stage or phase it in, but also the requirements that we are required to achieve at each stage. So continuing social distancing in stage 1, for example, while training. Those types of things, frequent water breaks with hand sanitizer. So we're hoping that's completely approved in the next couple of weeks, and then from there we can send out the programming, and I think parents will really feel assured that we can offer that safe environment where they can get back out being active, and maybe they're not really, really close to their friends, but their friends will be there, and I think everyone will forget about what's happened to an extent, at least when they're on the field with their friends for a few hours.
No, that's awesome. Well, thank you for filling me in on all my questions.
No problem.
Yeah, I look forward to doing more videos on the channel. And
Okay.
hope
Okay,
everyone
well,
stays
thank
tuned.
you, and we're looking forward to seeing what guests you have on and what kind of topics you put out.